Hello, welcome to my workshop. So in this video I'm going to turn this old scrap of 2x10 that was left over from my kitchen countertop and turn it into a simple photo print frame. So first I started by milling down the wood to the dimensions that I needed, which was 3/4 inch by 1 inch. So after the milling was done, I sorted through my pieces to find 8 suitable pieces. And once I had them sorted, I set up my miter box, and yes, this is a cheap one that I have sitting around in my shop, but unfortunately my miter saw was in need of some repair. So I started by taking all of these different pieces and cutting a 45-degree mitered angle on each point, and then going back and measuring what the actual size of each one needed to be. Now this frame was to hold a picture that was 11 by 13, so I made my frame to overlap 1/4 inch all the way around, which made me make the outside of the frame 12 by 15 inches. After everything was cut, I took some painter's tape and some wood glue and used the painter's tape as a makeshift clamp. And using a carpenter square, I wanted to make sure this was going to be square, so I put it in the corner, set it really nice and tight, and then I used some weights to hold it down nice and steady while it dried. Now if you don't have weights, you can decide to use paint cans. After the glue was dry, I removed my tape, and then I took some sandpaper and smoothed out the rough edges and the points at each point. So my wife likes dark walnut stains, so we decided to stain this using the Rust-Oleum Dark Walnut. And like I've done before in the past, this stain dries very quickly. So I put it on, and as soon as I was done, I went and wiped it all back off and let it dry. And after everything was dry, I took some spray shellac and sprayed a couple coats just to give it a nice finish. I used satin so it wouldn't be too shiny. Once that was dry, I then took little staples and my staple gun and just aligned these up perfectly on the back of these frames. I also decided to repurpose the packet that these were sent in by using the cardboard as a nice backing. And keep in mind, these frames are more specific to these prints that my wife got, but you can use the same design for an actual picture, but you would have to cut a little groove in the back of the frame in order to receive a piece of wood. Then you could put your picture in it, put the wood back in, and use some screws to hold that in place. And once everything was done, my wife did her decorating and it turned out perfect. The one in the middle of this picture is actually one that was store-bought, while the other two on the sides were the ones that I made, and quite honestly, you can't tell the difference. So guys, thank you for watching this video. If this was inspirational to you to make this yourself, please let me know in the comments below. If there's anything you would have done different, leave a comment down below as well. But thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time right here in my workshop.